She skinned her boyfriend and planned to serve him as a meal to his children. Catherine Knight was born in 1955 and she was born in a small town in New South Wales in Australia. Unfortunately, she did not have a great upbringing, but she always dreamed of having a better future for herself and a loving family. As Catherine grew older, the relationships with men she had were just terrible, and it seemed to mirror the toxic environments that she grew up in. By the age of 40, she met a man named John Price, and he was a father of 3, and it seemed like he genuinely cared for her, and she quickly fell in love with him. She ended up moving into his home with his 3 daughters, and they quickly took a liking for her. Things started to seem like they were going very great for Catherine until she started to voice out that she really wanted to get married, but John was not feeling the same way since he had been married once before and he just did not want to remarry again. In February of 2000, a heated argument started over marriage, which ended up in a physical altercation, and Catherine had grabbed a knife and slashed John across his chest. This marked the end of the relationship, and John demanded that Catherine get out of his home. On February 29th, Catherine went to John's home and she waited till he went to bed, and she was just convincing herself that he was using her, so she went back to her car, grabbed some butcher knives, and went back to his bedroom. Catherine had worked at a meat processing factory where she was skilled in butchering animals. Since she was armed with these tools and skills, she jumped onto the bed and straddled his midsection. Catherine raised a knife and brought it to his chest, and he woke up fighting for his life, but he was too weak to escape. John managed to open the front door before collapsing between the inside and outside of the house and left a bloody handprint on the door. At this point, Catherine was enraged and dragged him back inside and closed the front door. She then proceeded to stab him an additional 36 times. At this point now, John is dead, and Catherine goes into the kitchen and sets a large pot with water to boil. He then sets the table for a gruesome feast. Since Catherine is skilled with her butchery expertise, she skins John from neck to toe in one piece. Once she was done, she draped his skin over the entrance of a closet. Next, she decapitated John and put his head in the boiling water to either make a broth or gravy. She then butchered his body, preparing various dishes with his flesh, including pies and casseroles. Once Catherine was done making everything, she made little name cards with John's children's names on where they were going to sit and which food that they were going to eat. Her twisted intention was for them to eat their father for dinner. Catherine sat down at the dinner table with a plate that she had made for herself, and while she was eating John's flesh, she just got disgusted and threw the plate out the window. Catherine decided that she was going to take her own life, so she decided to take a bunch of sleeping pills, and that's when she collapsed